Hey, how's it going, everybody? Welcome to the Last Things Last podcast. I'm your host, Kevin Myers, joined by my co-hosts, MJ Nescoda and Justin Mandia. Okay, so what we're going to talk about tonight is the coronavirus. The coronavirus. Yes, you've probably heard a little bit about this. And while you think this has nothing to do with a sports podcast, it has everything to do with a sports podcast, because for the next God knows how many weeks, there are no sports in any capacity in the United States or the world.
That is not true. I need to correct you on that right now. NASCAR will be doing their next two races without fans.
Oh, and Bellator said they're still going to have their fights, which is hilarious to me.
That was the one – my buddy at work brought that up today. That was the biggest thing I was concerned about. If God forbid this cancels Khabib and Ferguson again, I will break something.
I didn't even think about that.
Yes, this will be the fifth time it's canceled.
It will cancel it.
It's not
No. They might do the fights at the Performance Institute without a crowd.
Oh, wow. Can you imagine that?
Yep.
Anyway, so yes, we're going to bring some different perspectives in here tonight since we're all in different states, different kind of mentality in each of these states.
Oh, boy.
And so first we're going to start with that, just kind of talk about what's going on in our own neck of the woods and then how that's affecting the sports world. So, MJ, I'm going to start with you in the state Virginia, which is for lovers, apparently.
I don't know what that means.
I don't either. It's very aggressive, too, on that sign.
No, actually, I do know what it means. I saw the campaign. It's like love of history, love of the mountains, love of
so it's a bunch of things.
Love of everything that is Virginia. And I'm like, okay.
I mean, it's fine.
Love of traffic, love of the metro, love of
DMV. So yeah, what's Virginia acting like right now?
Oh my God, it's definitely hit the fan, man. Last night, DC went for the state of emergency so they can move funds around for different things. Northern Virginia, where I'm at, went full state of emergency now.
What exact part are you in?
Right by the Dulles Airport, so actually Northern Virginia.
Oh, okay.
Herndon, Centerville.
Herndon. Okay.
Anyway, it's everything's multiple counties have shut down schools now. Like some shut down today until the 20th, today until the 27th. Maryland, DMV area, they're shut down, I believe, till the end of the month. Then as far as, all the events that were supposed to take place in DC this weekend, they're all canned. I was actually supposed to go to a concert on Monday I was really looking forward to. But
what show?
Tyler Childress and Sturgill Simpson.
Nice.
I was going to be really good, but I get it. But yeah, they're actually, again, any big event within the next 2-3 weeks. There was a couple marathons that are canceled. I mean, they don't even want – there was obviously a bar crawl this weekend for St. Patrick's Day.
Right.
That's canceled.
Yep.
And now I think the big thing, man, like the thing I was actually thinking was, okay, they're removing fans from the stadiums, but we're still going to go to bars and watch the game.
Right.
Now everything's canceled. So I honestly, in this area, especially being DC, I could see a complete 2-week shutdown of everything that's not essential.
Yeah.
A lot of the government agencies have been sending different groups of people home.
Right.
So like if you work in, let's just say infrastructure, have been sending them home to test their systems to see, how hard it will be for everyone to work from home.
Yeah.
So like we're home today, another group will be home tomorrow. And if they can make it work, I think they're sending every single person home.
Dude, it's wild the amount of remote, like so many of these jobs cannot be remote in any way. So it's like, it's one of those things where, and we're going to talk about this with specifically like those lower tier jobs, especially in the sporting industry. And Mark Cuban was awesome about all that. We'll talk about him.
We are bringing up that guy on Twitter.
He's such a wonderful, wonderful human. But yeah, no, it's absolutely crazy to see that. But what are the people acting like in Virginia right now? Are they crazy? Are they calm? Are they?
It's a mix of both, man. Like, I mean, I'm not looking at it as the end of the world, but I'm also not looking at it like it's a common cold. I mean,
right.
You got it. John Oliver said it really well. He goes, to the idiots that are drinking bleach, you shouldn't be there. And to the idiot that's licking the subway hand railing, you shouldn't be there. You should be somewhere in the middle of that. So, but no.
He did say, however, though, that is a good way to get rid of the coronavirus because you just die after drinking bleach.
Yeah. Good idea, dog. Drink, please, live forever. But no, man. People are nuts. It's I was at the store yesterday, and it's actually really funny. I'm looking around, and people are stocking up on like canned goods. They're not going to eat. The toilet paper still blows my mind, and I have
makes no sense.
I have, not to brag, but I had the lineup. I needed allergy medicine, so I had that. 2 frozen pizzas and 2 bags of pretzels.
Attaboy.
That is enough food for
essential, sir.
That is enough food for over a week.
Yeah,
like,
absolutely.
I'm not even worried about it.
Essentials.
But no, man, it's ridiculous. The nice thing, though, I have noticed on the way to work today, traffic was much lighter.
Oh, I bet it was great.
No, it was not bad.
So, Justin, you're the only one left here on the dais from our home Commonwealth. So, how's Pennsylvania doing?
Did you just use the word dais?
Dais, right? Did you like that? Yeah, dais.
We do call
Justin,
her.
It's like a Dean Martin roast.
He thinks he's better than we are. That's exactly what that tone means.
It's not a thought. It's a knowledge. I know it. Yeah.
Ubi
dais.
Caritas.
Oh,
Deus
nice
CBS,
reference. Nice reference.
Not even close to the same thing. But all
Listen,
right.
I speak Latin, and that's what we need
What
to
does
talk
ubi
about.
caritas mean?
Huh?
What does ubi caritas mean?
It's
It
Latin
means
for
like
coronavirus.
extreme carrots. It's like Uber carrot. Never mind.
It means salad toss.
That was a stretch. Oh, guys! So yesterday I went to music bingo at Ted's. I saw Josh there, by the way.
I know. He told me you were there.
Yeah, so I was at music bingo at Ted's, and they were doing, I forget what it was, but the band was called Shocking Blue, and I had the quickest one-liner of "That's what got Steve kicked off Blue's Clues," and I'm still proud of it. I am still so proud of it.
Nice
Yikes.
work.
Yikes.
Nice work.
Yikes.
Shocking Blue. Anyway.
Wait, are you still at Jay Vending?
No, I work for Progressive.
Yeah, but you were with all Jay Vending people. You can't be friends with those common folk anymore.
I can't. Although they were all making fun of me because they all live relatively close to there, and I live literally 35 minutes away. So I was like, it depends. Like Jake is one of the kids. He goes to college in Chicago, and he was like, I'm flying in. Who wants to do music bingo on Wednesday night? And I'm like, what time is it? And he put 8, so you're not going to come because it's too late for you. You'll already be in bed. And they literally took bets as to whether I would come or not. And when I showed up, they were like, what?
That sounds
They all
about
lost.
right.
Yeah,
So
I know.
anyway.
Kevin, how many times have we invited him and he's never come home?
Dude, I came home from Colorado, and I understood your excuse. You had to work, and you're in Virginia. But Justin, like, oh no, it's
I
snowed.
also had to work.
Snowed a
You
little
also
bit.
live in that
You
state.
live right there.
I live in Mechanicsburg. It's all the way across
20-minute
the river.
drive. 20-minute
By
drive.
the way, for anyone that's listening to this that does not live in the Harrisburg area, when he says all the way in Mechanicsburg,
That's not
the
far.
bridge that separates both shores is probably a mile long.
If I have
Maybe.
to drive over to the worst shore,
Whoa.
it's going to be
Well,
for
see,
something.
he moves to the West Shore and forgets his upbringing. He
Wow.
forgets where he came
All
Wow.
I'm
from.
saying is that I'm a
You
bit of
forget-
an I'm
You're a
elite
Chambers
now.
Hill boy at heart, my friend.
Oh my
You're
gosh, you
Chambers Hill boy.
Cumberland Valley snob. Listen to you.
I moved from a quarterback like Ben Roethlisberger to a quarterback like Joe Flacco. Is what I did. I moved over to the Joe Flacco, the elite side of the river. Sure, the east side might have more championships, but
Crapping on MJ and I's poor Lawton upbringing.
I've actually lived in all 3 horrible places. I've lived in
Yeah,
Lawrence,
Rutherford.
and Rutherford.
Rutherford might be
Oh,
first.
by the way, and Pennswoods right behind East High.
That's
So
right. Yeah, that's
there's
true.
that. I can
That's true.
I can tick a lot of boxes of Harrisburg.
But
speaking
see,
of
your
Pennswoods-
Chambers Hill experience was the orchard, so that was like the nice.
Yeah, that wasn't that bad. That was actually
that was nice.
Anyway,
Take your
Justin,
four-wheeler.
are people losing their God, I almost said it. Are people losing their crap in Harrisburg?
Oh, you should have. Yeah, I feel like it. We got an email from our CEO yesterday saying like, hey, we're probably not going to do like the whole work from home thing. Like, they basically had like the chief medical officer like sent us a big email about like who's high risk, who's medium risk, who's low
Yeah.
risk, and it's like most of you are low risk, so it's not a big deal. And then literally all the sports in the entire world canceled their stuff, and then today it's like we're gonna send out another one tomorrow, and we might all be working from home. Like And then, I went to the grocery store today, mostly because I missed my exit. You'd think I would know where I'm going by now. I've lived here for a year and 2 months, but nope, still don't know where I'm going.
It's all right, man. I do that at least once a week. It's okay.
Yeah. Like, what am I going to not text and drive? So anyway, I'm looking down, go right.
After your near-death experience, why not?
And I'm like, but then I was close to a Giant. So I'm like, you know what? Why don't I go grocery shopping? Bad move, Justin. Bad move. I get in there, and there's people literally like wrestling over a cart. And I'm like, oh, this is weird. And then all I wanted was soup. There were like 4 cans left, so I got those. It was like
cream of mushroom.
It was literally like creamy chicken noodle rice.
Something you use in recipes, not eat straight out of the can.
Like, what is this combo? And then
that sounds terrible.
Oh, you're gonna die.
Yeah, so there's that. So I have cancer now. And then and then there's no paper goods of any kind.
No.
So I was like, maybe I can wipe with a napkin. Why? Like, I don't know. No, there's not even napkins there anymore.
Here's been my whole argument over the toilet paper thing. No matter what you do, you wipe with toilet paper, you wipe with a wet wipe, you wipe with your hand. You still have to wash your hands afterward. That's what kills the germs. Like,
see, here's
what is the big deal?
So I big brained it because I only have like 3 rolls of toilet paper left in my house. And I'm like, this is a bad idea. Because like, if we do get quarantined in here, I'm going to be in trouble. But am I though? Because my shower is right next to my toilet.
Dude, the Joey Diaz method.
I'll just literally wash my ass. I'm like, what? Oops, I said ass.
That's all right.
Well, we're going to
edit. Anyway, so I big brained it. It's all good now. I'm safe. But yeah, no, it's pandemonium. How's it over in Colorado, in Hollywood of the West?
It's very not the Hollywood of the West. It's the hipster part of the West.
I love that you keep bringing that up.
We're now up to 44 cases. Denver literally created a pop-up shop for people that think they might have it to drive through and get tested.
Oh, it's sick. I want
Now that's a great idea in theory, except when you have more cases than you expected and only one spot. So they were turning people away this afternoon because there were too many cases and too many people that they had to admit. So now the state of Colorado was in a state of emergency as of 2 days ago. The mayor of Denver, as of 4:00 today, said we're in a state of emergency in the city.
Hey, Kev, what's that doing is church canceled?
Yeah, so funny you should say that. So today we had our staff meeting at the church, and here's the thing. The Archdiocese basically said all essential functions of the church, aka Mass on the weekends, which is the most essential, they can still happen, and schools can still be in session, but anything else you should get rid of. So we canceled the fish fries, we canceled the as of this weekend, we are not allowed to have any hymnals, books, anything in the pews to be touched. We can't have anybody.
No singing.
No, the singing will happen, but there's going to be a screen that drops down with a PowerPoint of the music. That was fun to put together.
Wait, why? What does that do for the coronavirus?
What do you mean?
Kevin, you breathe it out, so singing doesn't matter.
No, because we don't want people touching books and passing them around and stuff. That's why.
Okay, never mind.
Do you have a 6-foot rule in the pews?
Well, we do for our devote. So like Stations of the Cross on Friday, when there's not as many people, we are going to say, please sit this far.
But when there are more people, it's just
we can't control that. You know what I mean?
Like, you know what's hilarious too?
What we did was we put out guidelines that literally say, look, if you're not feeling well or if you're worried, you're excused. You don't have to be there. I mean, we understand. Like,
I haven't been there in like 10 years. I've been excused for a while.
So it's one of those things where it's like we get that this is a national thing right now. Don't put yourself at risk. And our parish is a very elderly parish, so they're the most at-risk community.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't want them coming, getting it, bringing it. Like, you don't want that.
And the thing is, the people that are most likely to be like, I literally can't miss church or my salvation depends on it, are old people, and they're going to be the ones that get screwed when some guy like me goes in there with a head cold.
And that's why we're being super clear about that. We're like, look, you need to understand something. You're not going to go to hell by missing Mass. Like, you're just not. So don't worry about it.
There's still hope for me. There's still hope.
Kevin said it.
I was like, so don't worry about it. So it's one of those, No, you're going to hell for other reasons.
Whoa!
It's one of those.
Whoa!
It's one of those.
Let he without coronavirus cast the first vial.
Whoa!
So yeah, it's the same thing as with every other business. We're just trying to take it day by day and figure out what we're doing. But it was really crazy today just walking in and like the confusion around all the events that we have going on. Like we had a huge fundraiser for the school that we just had to cancel, which sucks. I mean, that's a huge moneymaker for the school that's not going to go through. But it's like, you know what?
Wait, do you teach at a private school?
I don't teach there, but our parish has a school as well. So it's like,
shake your money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we try to support each side. But like, yeah, it's crazy, man. And I mean, out here in Colorado, it's the same kind of thing where you've got like, you can't go to the store and get any normal essential things. Like people are overreacting to the point where they're just hoarding things. My dad, who likes to go and put stuff on eBay every now and again and sell it, he goes, he had something in his inbox today that said, please stop selling toilet paper for hundreds of dollars. If we see you list something like that, we're going to pull your account. People are trying to sell toilet paper and stuff for like hundreds of dollars because you can't get it.
I thought about doing that.
I was like, that's crazy, man. What a way to take advantage of people. But yeah, it's wild out here. It's a 4 sports city. So everybody's really bummed out about the fact that there is like nothing going on sports wise. But so let's go ahead and dive into that part of this. So let's start with Mark Cuban though, because this all started with the NBA where Rudy Gobert, let's bring that guy up. First of all,
it would be a Frenchman.
What a freaking moron. The dude sat down joking about the fact, oh, maybe I have coronavirus. Let me touch this microphone. He was touching Donovan Mitchell's locker and other people's stuff. And wouldn't you know, he does have it, and so does Donovan Mitchell. And that ended up spurring a chain of events that ended up canceling, or suspending, I should say, the rest of the NBA season until further notice. So first reactions I want from you guys is, how stupid is Rudy Gobert?
Rudy Gobert has ruined the entire sports landscape for the next few weeks.
I blame him too.
If he could have just kept his hands to himself, none of this would happen. We'd all be fine. We'd be playing games without fans in the stands for some reason, which would have been very unexciting, but
still sports.
More exciting than this, because now if we're all to be quarantined in our homes with no sports, what are we supposed to do?
This. That's it. That's all we got. That's all we got. Drinking and playing esports. That's all we got.
Oh, very true. But
maybe they'll put that on TV.
Right? Dude, this is how big of a degenerate Musser is. He was like, hey, guys, you want to do an esports fantasy league? That's all we have now because XFL has canceled the rest of the season. So there goes another $25 to that wonderful experience.
Hey, I will
that
never do
fantasy
another
website has taken 50 of my dollars for not even a full season. I'm done.
Never again.
I'm done. My hard-earned money has gone to that website that never works.
And the thing is, I literally knew it was going to happen. Too. Like, I'm giving $25 away, but whatever.
But see, and that's the thing. Like, it wasn't the fact that the league was bad. It was a virus. It was just not meant to be.
Yeah, the AAF was just a virus unto itself.
They were just so bad. Yeah, MJ, what do you think about Rudy Gobert? I blame him just like Justin does.
I mean, I don't blame him for everything, but I think his video of touching the mics didn't age well.
No.
It really didn't.
Somebody put a meme up and it said, life comes at you fast. It's just a picture of Rudy Gobert touching mics and the other one.
No, man, it was bound to happen. It's just a matter of who. I also want to talk about one of the things that our Twitter account retweeted last night, and I had something to say about. The only team that was voting for keeping things status quo were the New York Knicks.
Yep.
James Dolan, in the most populated city in the United States, was like, we'll just keep things status quo. It'll be fine.
Trash bag.
So it's like, only the Knicks would think that's a good idea. Just let's leave it at that.
That sounds like a Dolan special.
But yeah, man, it was the domino effect. It was well. First off, if anyone thought March Madness was going to continue,
it was never going to happen.
When you have players that are making millions of dollars a year not playing, and you have guys playing for free, that's not happening.
Plus, you already had by this afternoon, Duke, Kansas, individual teams were just pulling out there look, even if you have
Duke knew they weren't going to win it. That's why.
Absolutely, but it's
hey, North Carolina pulled out too. I heard. Luckily, this season doesn't count at all, so that's good.
So here's my question: do you think the colleges give the kids that were seniors another year of eligibility?
That's what I'm wondering too, because that really sucks, especially if you're
they canceled baseball already.
Right.
They canceled, I think, soccer,
swimming championships, all of them,
gymnastics, everything.
Hockey.
Baseball's not even until June.
Right. Swimming they just started and they're done.
They just postponed baseball for
no. They
colleges.
Yeah,
college baseball.
Okay, yeah, no, I get that.
So my thing is, every one of those players deserves another year of eligibility.
Right. Especially you got seniors that are coming in on a team that has never made the tournament before, and it's their one shot.
Like Penn State.
Right.
We're going to be like a 6 seed.
Let's talk about some of these teams
that
are getting screwed out of a great season. The Flyers.
Yes. Winners and losers in each sport. Let's pick a sport and let's do winners and losers.
Hold on. No. We'll get right into that. But let's talk about Mark Cuban first.
Okay,
I need to bring this guy up. This guy's a champ. Listen, Mark Cuban does not get nearly enough credit for how much of a humanitarian he is as an owner to the people that work for him. The first thing he says when asked about, well, how is this going to affect the players? My players are fine. They've got millions of dollars. I'm worried about the guy working the concession stands with an hourly rate. I'm going to find a way to pay him, whether it's out of my pocket. That's a true guy that cares about all of his employees. You got to show some respect and love for that.
Hold, please.
Oh, I'm holding.
I'm finding that article, that thing that guy wrote. Hold on.
I just love the guy.
Someone on Twitter last night, I can't find him, wrote that all the money that were spent on tickets, that instead of being refunded, should be allocated towards the employees that are no longer going to be getting paid because disposable income.
No.
And every game I've gone to, I have saved up for it to go to.
Well, we're all generally middle-class citizens.
The guy that may have floor seats might not care. I think he has.
Right, yeah. Season tickets.
But like I said last night.
When I spend $250 on an Eagles ticket, I'm not super pumped about just if I didn't get to go to the game also.
Well, dude, last year I went to see Duke play in the Sweet 16. That ticket was over $500. Yeah. That took the combination of 8 people to say happy birthday for me to get that.
It's like when my brother got a Game 7 World Series ticket in the nosebleeds for $1,200. Can you imagine if that got something happened and you couldn't go? Oh
no, and there's diehard fans that will spend money they don't have to go see their team.
Right. Absolutely. That's what he did.
But
my whole thing is you have billionaire owners.
Yeah.
Time to fork up some money.
You've got it.
The NBA and NFL, I mean, this isn't affecting NFL yet, are constantly making money. I mean, they just split the NFL just split $18 billion. Yeah. You fork up some money. You take care of your people. These are the guys and girls that work the games in and out for you. Take care of your people. It's ridiculous.
I don't think people understand just how important those hourly employees are to these.
Oh, the stadiums will fall apart.
Dude, it's unbelievable. In baseball, from the grounds crew to the concessions it's just an insane amount of people. From the people that tend the ice at the hockey games.
Can you imagine if an Eagles game didn't have cops at it?
Or a jail cell.
Or beer.
If they didn't have cops or the security and the event staff that seat people. Do you imagine if that wasn't there?
Pandemonium.
It would be like the gladiator rink, but outside.
I was at the Cardinals-Phillies playoff game, game 1 of the NLDS in 2011. And there was a dude in front of us that wouldn't stand when they were recognizing veterans. Just one guy. He was being, a pain in the ass. And it was just one of those, oh, great, he's not going to stand. And a lot of us were ignoring it. We were pissed, but we were ignoring it. This one dude was not ignoring it. He jumped this guy from behind and started wailing on him. The event staff guy in our section was 70 years old because it was a baseball game, and he was just like, I just take the tickets. And he was like, I need help. And he's like calling on guys to come down and pull this guy off.
Well, Justin,
like,
remember,
oh my God, Philly.
Justin, your bachelor party at the Flyers game, the entire rest of us, they're slamming those little miniature bottles.
They got caught with mini bottles.
And the event staff comes up and they go, all right, guys, you know why we're throwing you out. And they all stand up except that one hard ass.
That one guy.
He's like, I'm not leaving. The guy goes, fine. He throws him down the steps.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, he left.
I've never been to a singular Philly sports event where someone within my section hasn't been either arrested or at least kicked out.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. I've been
to like over 30 Eagles games, and each one there has been someone thrown out in my section.
Yeah, no, man. You need to take care of your employees. That is not on anyone else besides the owners. Like, take care, or the league. The league can fork over the money to do that. You need to take care of your hourly employees. That's ridiculous.
Yeah,
like
I agree.
They did nothing to cause this either, and they depend on paychecks just like everyone else.
They depend on them more than those players. So, I mean, all right. Justin, I liked your idea. Let's go ahead and go through some of these major sports and be like, what are the teams most affected that were on a hot streak?
Flyers.
Oh man, we're going to start with the NHL with the Philadelphia Flyers because that's the first team that.
Oh, no, we're not. No, we're not. We're starting with the Wings. They locked up last place, baby.
And winners and losers. Wings, winners. They get put out of their misery early.
Dude, we put ourselves out of our own misery in the first month of the season. But yeah, the Philadelphia Flyers were on a tear. How many games in a row did they win?
We were on 9, and then we lost to the Bruins, and
so you
were going to
9-1
lose the
in
Lightning
your last 10
tonight. Yeah.
So the Flyers were on an absolute tear. They ended up, by some metrics, becoming the favorite to win the Stanley Cup. And now all of a sudden, that looks like that won't happen. Even if they do resume the season at a later date, the Flyers have lost that momentum, or will. I mean, because it's going to drag on for at least a couple weeks. Justin, as a Flyers fan and seeing this team, I mean, you've been watching every game mostly. I mean, what's frustrating about this from both the fan perspective and what you think the players are dealing with?
The last time that the Flyers had this good of a team and were favored to win the Cup was the lockout year that ended up not happening. So anytime that the Flyers are going to do well, know that there will be some type of either league-wide or global catastrophe that makes it so that this team can't win. But on the other hand, it does save me from the heartbreak of seeing whoever in the Eastern Conference Finals blast us, or us make it to the Stanley Cup, God forbid, and get swept or something. So the Philly fan in me is both sad about it and also relieved in a way.
But that's also a very Philly fan thing.
Yeah.
You have this great hope, but also this great jadedness.
But I knew it was going to happen.
I think that's a real big bummer, and that's the big hit.
NBA just banned team practices during suspension.
Doesn't surprise me.
Okay, see, that's dumb.
Don't surprise me at all.
None of them are elderly people. Let them be adults. If they want to practice, they can
practice.
practice.
Doesn't surprise me. The NBA, speaking of, what team do you think it affects the most in the NBA, boys?
The Lakers, hands down. They just go and beat the Bucks and Clippers back-to-back. LeBron's not getting any younger. I think this also affects the Nets. The Nets were on a bit of a tear, too.
Yep.
Not that they were going to do anything, but still.
You know who it doesn't affect? The Sixers, the Bulls, the Pistons.
I mean, it saves the Sixers. It saves Brett Brown's job for another year because he didn't lose in round one.
Brett Brown's job.
So Brett Brown is a big winner, and then loser LeBron because he was about to win his freaking 4th championship with his 3rd team.
Maybe.
Not going to happen this year. It'll probably happen next year, though, so it's all good.
Also, I've been looking at the numbers. This is actually what I was going to talk about tonight, but obviously things have shifted. But if you look at the numbers and the value he's brought to his teams, there's no reason he shouldn't have 10 MVPs by now.
Well, we just joined the club, boys. Denver Public Schools have closed all their schools.
Does that mean yours closed?
Yeah, ours is closed. But wait, does that mean my office is closed? I don't know what's happening. I guess I'll find out tomorrow. Continue.
God doesn't take sick days, Kevin.
Well, no, but when the school closes, usually our office is closed, so I have no idea.
Kevin got distracted because conveniently there was the talk that LeBron should have won 10 MVPs by now.
Dude, here's
Kevin's
the deal.
like, well, the one that Derrick Rose
you want to
won
do this now? If you want to do this now, we can do this.
4 assists.
I'm telling you right
Rose
now,
won that year.
Michael Jordan is absolute. Oh, I thought we were going to go into the MJ LeBron.
No. I'm looking at
coronavirus is going around. An actual flu.
Over his Justin, they were talking about Jordan's flu game, and all I kept thinking about was you going, it was a violent hangover.
It was a literal violent hangover.
Anywho.
Not even like opinion wise. He actually was just hungover.
Anyway,
real life.
So it doesn't
anyway, no, man, if you look at the guys that have won it over LeBron and the teams they were on, no. Like the year Derrick Rose won it, Derrick Rose only beat him in two categories, and one of them was meaningful. He dominated him in every other category that mattered.
Doesn't matter.
MVP.
No.
Forever.
Derrick Rose is one of the worst MVPs I've ever seen.
Don't care. He's still an MVP.
I mean, Westbrook deserved it.
Oh, yeah. Well, Westbrook's an animal, dude.
What year was that?
17 maybe. It was his triple-double year.
Oh, yeah, when he was going off.
His Oscar Robertson year. James Harden, he makes me so mad the way he plays. I don't think he should ever win MVP. Durant, I guess, but he was on like the best team. And Steph Curry, I guess that one unanimous year wasn't terrible.
It's most valuable player. If they eliminate you from that, LeBron's the perfect example. He leaves Cleveland, they're last in the league. He goes to Cleveland, they make 3 straight finals. He leaves Cleveland, they're last in the league. Like that, he left the Eastern Conference and the entire thing shifted.
Yeah. No, I'm not sitting over here denying LeBron James's greatness. He's the greatest player of our generation. There's no doubt about it. I'm just waiting for the day where Justin finally concedes the fact.
Also,
that
that's the other thing. That's the other thing.
It is not and never will be Michael Jordan. Period.
Yeah, he didn't kill his dad. But anyway, yeah. So LeBron definitely big loser of this. Brett Brown big winner for me.
Baseball, is there truly any big winners or losers at this point?
Houston Astros.
Astros are a big winner here, dude.
Huge winner.
Who played them the other day? Was it the Cardinals? The Braves. The Braves played them. And the warm-up song was "I Saw the Sign."
Dude, there's a guy that's been going to every Astros game. He's just a random baseball fan, but he bought like all these tickets to just Astros spring training. He made an actual trash can hat. It's a metal hat, and he just sits there the whole game just banging it. Just the whole game. Doesn't stop.
See, that's a guy that has disposable income that his ticket money could be used.
And he's the guy that we need. He's the guy
shouldn't be.
Not all heroes wear capes.
That's right. They wear trash can hats. Yeah. No, they're a definite big winner here because they have been getting torched. Dude, the batting averages, so they took their top 4 players and their spring training batting average is under 100. Under 100. Each of them have at least 30 at-bats. Wow. Like, they are literally – MJ, you were right. I didn't know if this was going to really affect them skill-wise. You were absolutely right, dude. This has demolished this team just by the way that they can't get out of their way.
It's their fault. It's the way they handled it.
Yep, they can't get out of their own way. Oh, it's bad.
Also, other big losers in NCAA hockey and NCAA basketball, Penn State and Lions, massive losers.
Big-time losers.
Oh, my God. Hockey, we're almost in the top 5. Yeah. And then Penn State's about to –
You just beat Minnesota, if I'm not mistaken.
Penn State's about to make the NCAA tournament probably as a 6 seed. Probably as a 6 seed. And it's the Illuminati.
Yo, by the way, speaking of hockey, dude, so there is this poor high school goalie out here in Colorado that is getting so much flack on social media.
Like, is he poor or is he –
No, get this.
A poverty-stricken goalie.
This kid's getting destroyed on like all news media outlets because he lost the championship game or tournament game. I don't know if it was the final or not for his team. And I'm like, oh man, they're really roasting this kid. I wonder what happened. First of all, it went to 5 overtimes and he let in the only goal of the game. He stopped, and I'm not joking, 84 shots. 84 out of 85 shots. Why is he getting
roasted then?
Did he let in a garbage one?
For letting in the goal at the 5th overtime. Dude, he had no defense the whole game. When you're getting that many shots on goal, Justin, as an offensive player, what would you be telling your defense? Yeah, you can't say it on the air. Exactly. That's what I mean. What are you gonna like?
Although as an offensive player, I would have never ever allowed
Bobby Schutz to be in that position.
Nope. We would have been playing 3 defense. I don't care. I would have stayed back.
Everybody's playing two-way that game. But
80
yeah, this poor kid's getting roasted
Someone's
for letting
getting
in one
two-handed.
goal.
I'm swinging.
I was like,
What else?
84 out of 85 is pretty good.
What other sport?
What did we miss?
XFL. I mean, I guess the general public is the big winner.
I mean, the Battlehawks is the big loser here.
True. Yeah, we were gonna.
What are you talking
I mean,
about? Did they just lose last week?
we're already XFL champions.
Caw!
I think both of you are broken.
Caw!
And that's it. Oh,
Syria
say enema?
Syria soccer, all of
Okay,
Italy's
well,
one
nope.
team. So that kind of sucks. Juventus was on a bit of a tear there at
Who
the end.
cares?
Ronaldo scored in 10 straight games.
Who
Winner.
cares?
It's just, I think the craziest thing about this whole thing is we're going to turn on ESPN and they're just going to be like,
The only thing they can talk about is
Coronavirus?
the only thing they can talk about is NFL free agency.
well, or draft. And guys, if we have, since we're going to be casting still, we got to break down some things next times on like, this is perfect timing for draft because there's no other talk.
Yeah, apparently.
You can break down teams, what they need.
So basically, just to update everybody, so the NBA said they're going to suspend operations for further notice. NHL, same deal. March Madness has been completely canceled. All those NCAA championship tournaments have been canceled for all divisions.
First time since 1939.
That's wild, man. That's absolutely wild.
Famous 1939.
The Formula One Grand Prix canceled.
Why?
Yeah, dude, they canceled it. Can you believe that?
And that's why I say the things I say about Formula One. NASCAR's still going. That is why I say the things I say.
That's
about
because NASCAR, they'll chug a couple pounders, get in the car, and that's it.
No, they realize
fans
that
are
once
already
they're
infected.
No, F1 is a big Italian sport, Justin.
No, they're like, we haven't had any Chinese in this town since they built the railroads.
Edit! I'm yelling edit right now.
No, that's not an edit.
Yes, it is.
That's so racist.
Edit!
I'm not the one who's
edit
saying
this whole
it.
section.
I'm not the one who's saying it. It's the NASCAR fan in me.
The NFL, there's nothing going on there. The XFL has canceled the rest of the games, though they do promise they'll be back next season.
Good. NFL draft might not work.
The MLB has canceled all spring training operations and will be doing a delayed start for opening day. So that'll be interesting. And I'm telling you right now, if I can't get to the Larry Walker retirement ceremony because they push it back to a date that I can't be there, I'm going to be real upset.
Larry Walker will retire plenty more times.
This is only the second Rockies player to get his number retired. So no. Can anybody guess the first?
No, because I don't care about the Rockies.
Or baseball, you know?
Oh, there it is.
Todd Helton.
Who?
Is that supposed to mean something?
Craig Biggio?
His son, Kevin Biggio, is killing it for the Blue Jays.
Is his name Kevin, though?
Yeah, Kevin.
Oh, well, see, that's unfortunate then, because it's either Gavin or nothing.
But yeah, I think right now it's going to be one of those things where people just need to take a step back and understand that, like, this isn't the end of the world. This isn't going to be smallpox. This isn't going to be now here. And there's two sides to this, and you kind of said it with the John Oliver reference earlier. The one side is, don't freak out. You're going to be fine. You're doing fine. Like Tom Papa said on his new special, you're doing fine. The other side is, hey, guys, maybe just wash your hands like normal people. I mean, just live like a normal human being. And, I mean, everything's going to work out. So it's like,
oh, I have a question
freak
about
out.
that.
What?
You are supposed to dip your hands in the toilet, correct?
Right.
Wash
Yeah.
them? All right.
After you go to the bathroom in the toilet.
Freezing
Only
cold
then.
toilet water.
Only then.
Okay, I just wanted to make
Only
sure.
then. Only when you've gone number 2 can you do that.
Oh,
I think
speaking of
doing
washing
it
your
right.
hands, I made a comment to the people on the first floor of our building, and they did not find it funny. So, the second floor of the building we work in, we have automatic hand washers. Like you stick your hands under, the water comes on, okay? So I got to wash my hands on the first floor. They still have manual ones. So I look at this guy in a very joking manner and go, oh, you peasants still have manual faucets? And he goes, I was like, oh, struck a nerve. All right, I'm going to leave here before I get killed in this bathroom.
Yeah, we don't have automatic.
No, man, it's very.
Yeah, I'm sure you don't.
Like if they, I honestly think what we're heading towards. I was actually talking about this to a couple people.
But I have a private bathroom.
It's a giant reset. Like it's going to be like 2 to 3 weeks. If you're not essential for your work or you can work from home, do it. Shut it down. And I think that's honestly what it's going to come to.
Did
you see what Ohio said today? Do you see what Ohio said today? Ohio, because of they're saying the lack of testing, that they're expecting 100,000 cases of coronavirus. The entire world hasn't surpassed 100,000 yet.
Angela Merkel in Germany said she's expecting 75% of her country to have the coronavirus. I was like, wow, that's some dark odds. Oh my gosh.
It's just exponentially growing though. And people are going to be stupid. Like, think about how many stupid people there are. They're dipping their hands in their butts.
They were just talking about this. We were talking about this to staff today. Like when the Vatican said no mass throughout all of Italy right now, like don't go to church, stay home. All you see is people sitting at the cafes, like having brunch instead of going. It's like they're still going out and doing things. Like,
and the thing is that's like, I know that people have to calm down, and it's literally for us. If we get it, it's going to be like a tough cold. We're going to be like, oh, this stinks.
Right.
Because the fact of the matter is, though, if I hang out with Lisa, who then goes home to her parents, who then go to a grandparent or something, or if they just go out and then they come in contact with some elderly person somewhere. Right. That's what I was saying at the beginning of the cast. Like, it won't affect me that much. But if I go to church with coronavirus, I'm literally basically a bioterrorist because I'm taking out half a congregation with just being there.
All 4 of our masses are just full of like 65 and up people.
Yeah, I mean, that's where it gets a little dangerous.
That's where it all get past.
And think about like old folks' homes.
Oh yeah,
they've already shut 2
there. It's just going to start melting.
They've already shut down 2 of those, like, because 3 of the ones that we take communion to, 2 of them were like, yeah, if you do, we have to give you this to wear. You have to come in through this door, do this. Like, they are being real.
Well, they have to, man.
They have to, dude. It's all right. It's.
Well, we all agree that this is this is happening.
It's really odd though. Like, it's just a weird feeling. It's just like, is this a movie?
Like today, man. Like, you know what? That's actually. I'm glad you said that. Today, I like woke up this morning, went to the gym, came back from the gym, took the dog for a walk. And, like, I don't know if I just hit the outside at the right time. It was, like, dead silent. Yeah, nobody was outside. And I'm like,
it's creepy.
What's happening?
Yeah. I was like, what is going on? Yeah.
But, all right. Well, we'll see what happens with sports in the upcoming weeks. But you're right, Justin. This does give us the ability to dive into things we wouldn't, like the draft and what teams need and how Amari Cooper is going to become an Eagle. So
let's give our last things last.
And Robbie Anderson.
Oh, my last things last. I would like to go first because I'm fired up about this.
Go for it.
Draymond Green. I am talking directly.
Oh, is this the Charles Barkley? Yes.
The fact that you could say you're even on the remote same level as Charles Barkley as a basketball player is insane.
Or as a human.
I am not taking credit away from what you've done. You've been on championships teams. You were not the championship team. Again, the fact that you think you're on the same level as him is laughable. Let's just pull up a quick stat. Draymond's career averages: 9 points, 6.9 rebounds, 5 assists per game, 43% field goal shooting, 31% three-point shooting, 71% from the line. Let's go ahead and pull up the round mound. 22 points a game, 11 boards, almost 12, 4 assists, 54% from the field, a 26% three-point shooter, which is only a couple percent lower than Draymond, and he was a better free throw shooter. Perennial all-star most of his career. I don't see how you can make the argument that you're remotely on the same level. And this is where I think we have to start getting a little better at what defines a player as an all-time great. Is it championships? Is it their body of work? Because if it's championships, Draymond has, I guess he's right. He's won more titles. But I mean,
if it's championships, Robert Horry blows both of them out of the water.
Well, yeah.
And honestly, contributed relatively similar numbers to Draymond Green statistically throughout his career.
Or Brian Scalabrine.
Yeah.
Well, not as many statistical.
But here's my thing: like you've been playing. You're not playing up to $100 million contract. That's for certain. I'm happy you got it. I'm always happy when somebody gets paid. By all means,
but you're not even able to be a third. You're not even able to be like the best, third best player on a team.
They had to go get Wiggins. Like,
yeah,
they literally had to go get Wiggins. And when he got in a fight with KD and called him what he called him, oh, we did this without you. Yeah, but you did 2 of them with him. And you were going to win another one last year, but then everyone gets hurt except you, and look what happens. You'll lose.
Can't do it.
So I just think it's ridiculous that Draymond's even running his mouth about Charles. I think Charles needs to take it a little easier on Draymond with some of the things he's been saying. But, you're not even remotely on the same level as him. I do like watching Draymond play. I think he's the heart and soul of Golden State. It was very evident when they lost to the Cavs. When he got suspended, that was the turning point. He was in LeBron's head. So, but again, to say you're on the same level or you're better than him, no, absolutely not.
He was also the reason that LeBron won that series when he kicked LeBron in the nuts.
Yeah, that was true.
And he was the reason the Cavs won that one. My last things last is, so Summer Olympics are coming up here in Tokyo. And as we are talking here, I think that we've all kind of said the same thing, where it's going to take, 2, 3, maybe a month kind of incubation period here. Get it out of everyone's system. Hopefully this will be gone by then. Not a big deal for the U.S. But I think where it could get a little dicey and where you could see it affecting the sports world later is at the Olympics here.
Oh, yeah.
When you get entire countries that are handling these things so much differently, like you said, Angela Merkel. If Germany's out there having like 7 people in their country that aren't infected with coronavirus,
none of which are athletes.
So my last things last was, I'm interested to see if they just start banning countries from the Olympics,
like China, Italy,
and allowing certain countries that are able to get it under control faster to participate, or if they just don't have an Olympics. And when was the last time there hasn't been one?
150 years, I think.
Yeah,
it's been a long time.
So that'll be sad.
That would really suck, because that's something to look forward to every 4 years. Hey, swimming, man. Speaking of, that's going to be my last things last year.
God.
So a state college high schooler, he just broke the 50 freestyle national record, beating Olympic gold medalist Caleb Dressel's former record of 50-yard freestyle, 2 laps of the pool. Caleb Dressel's record was a 19.29.
Is 2 laps up and back?
Yeah,
okay.
Up and back. And he went a 19.24. So this young kid from State College High School, take a look, keep an eye on him for the next couple of years. Guaranteed high Division I school scholarship in his future, and for sure a chance at the Olympic trials if he's already taken down some of these records. So David Nolan, from when we were in high school, he was the big guy, but this guy's even better than David, I think, at least in this event. So it'll be really cool to see what he can do coming down the pike here.
Those 2 you named, those are people, right?
They are.
Oh, okay.
Important ones too.
Michael Phelps.
Katie Ledecky. Katie Ledecky's still killing it, dude.
Ledecky. I said Ledecky. I'm sorry.
She just crushed it at nationals. But
I mean, Ryan Lochte is always and will always be the best, so it doesn't even matter.
It's Mark Spitz, baby. It's Mark Spitz.
Did it without goggles, man.
And a mustache.
Had drag everywhere. But so it's a weird time to not just be a sports fan, but just to be a person. So we're gonna see how this all develops, and good luck, gentlemen. May the odds be ever in your favor.
All right,
guys. Have a great coronavirus season. See ya.
Oh,
cheers.
Bye.